Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from NoDeWiHoE, and today on the hit list, we're targeting my top 5 favorite melee weapons in-game. So I have to confess, this was by far an easier list than yesterday's batch of secondaries, and that's mainly because this year saw some amazing melee weapon releases. Now, I would start waxing poetic about all of my favorites, however, that would make this list completely redundant, so I'll cut the yammering and let's start scratching off targets. At number 5, we've got the Jat Kittag. Now, to be honest with you, this is completely a vanity choice. While yes, it is one of the most powerful weapons in the game, and yes, the Crushing Ruin stance is extremely fluid, and yes, you can toss on a Prime Breach and a Berserker build on it, but guess what? I picked it because this bitch sparkles, motherfuckers! I don't think that there is a single melee weapon currently in game that has as many particle effects as this one does. In addition, Rhino's Palatine bundle includes the Palatine Jat Kittag skin, which makes it look epic as fuck. And it has a kitty face on it! What more could you want? Now, the Broken War makes its appearance at number 4, and while its PBR and energy effects are on point, its increased damage spread is really why it's here. While we've had some halfway decent single sword weapons in the past, there were never really any super late game options, with the Docker Prime leading the pack at only 60 points of damage. The Broken War is literally a near exact copy of the Docker Prime statistically, same crit chance, same crit multiplier, attack speed, and very similar damage spread. However, it's got a 50% damage increase. Now let me tell you, 50% is nothing to scoff at. Just think about that in dick terms. In addition, it pairs fantastically with Ventral Remnant, but I think that one deserves a video of its own. The Dual Commas Prime comes in at number 3, and I know that this one is probably going to be the most contested, however I stand by my choice, and I think that it's mainly because these fuckers are fast. Fast to the point that I actually enjoy using crossing snakes on them, which is a stance that I've hated since the very beginning. Coupled with a Berserker build, the speed on its animations no longer feels sluggish and staggered, but rather flows seamlessly into a high-speed assault. Couple that with the highest base attack damage in its category, as well as some respectable critical stats, and you've got yourself a contender. But let's be real, one of the big reasons it's here is because of the Nari and Volley skin in the Loki Deluxe skin bundle. Just look at it! Just look at it! Now at number 2, the War is a far less controversial choice. However, my reasoning behind it may be a little bit questionable. The fact is, I was just so goddamn sick and tired of looking at that Sindo Prime all the fucking time. Even with the sick Tenno-Gen skins, I just couldn't. So, in comes the War, which trades an ever so slightly higher base damage and attack range for a slightly lower attack speed than the Sindo Prime. And while people are going to debate over the damage spread, I'm just happy I have something else. Just anything else. So before we unveil my favorite melee weapon of the year, let's take a quick look at a few that just missed the mark. At number 8 comes the Glaive Prime, and while it's a pretty good weapon in its own right, really all I can say is that Avara's Navigator never felt so satisfying. At number 7 comes the Tekko. Holy crits, Batman! This has the highest crit chance of all melee weapons. However, its short range and the fact that it starts off a bit slow did keep it off of the list. Now at number 6, the crit-based Akin Brunt combined with the Shield Riding Stance Final Harbinger is probably one of the funnest combinations to play. However, its lack of polish and general not cuteness did leave it out of the running. Tenno-Gen skin? Anyone? Someone? Please? Now, speaking of our amazing community making things happen, let's get to my favorite weapon of the year. Now, I'm sure that those of you who know me well knew that the Mios was bound to be on this list somewhere. And for those of you who know me even better, realize that there cannot be a melee weapon hit list without a motherfucking whip. And this is a whip and blade all in one. It's like the fucking target of melee weapons. It's got enough crit for Berserker, its whip has substantial range, and Defiled Snapdragon's moveset is fluid and just feels so good to use. This is honestly like the perfect storm. In addition, I hate infested themed weapons. They tend to look garish, malformed, and just god-awful in general. However, in the case of the Mios, the styling on this is just so tasteful, the color placement is on point, and while most infested weapons stand out like a sore thumb, the Mios seems to fit most frames very well. And let's face it, looking good is the running theme of this hit list, and that is one of the many reasons the Mios sits at number 1 on my hit list of favorite melee weapons of 2015. Now, hopefully you enjoyed this as much as my last one. As always, keep in mind that I am a flighty individual, and while these are my current favorites, next year may bring a whole new batch for me to love. Regardless, these are my Mr. Right Nows, and are not up for discussion, but if you feel the need to voice your opinion in protest, feel free to leave your favorites in the comments below. fully knowing that it won't have any effect on my opinion whatsoever. Because let's face it, some people like the vagine, while the others like the booty hole, and me personally, I am looking for something big, powerful, and beautiful to get my impale on. So thank you all for watching day number 4 of NoDeWiHoE. If you missed yesterday's episode, be sure to tune in for my favorite secondaries of 2015, as well as my dress to kill on Loki's super sexy knave skin. Now, don't forget to do all the things that I asked you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, peppermint is like totally a plant, so a peppermint white mocha is basically like a liquid salad, right? Yeah, could someone bring me a couple rolls of brawny? I don't think the Charmin Ultra Strong is gonna cover this one.